raid this Shadow Legends community. From now on, I'm going to bring videos in English for this channel, okay? I used to bring videos over here in Portuguese, you know, but now I decided to change the language, mainly because I live in Ireland. You guys know well about Noldua raids, right? So Noldua raids is from here, from Ireland, and I also live here as well, you know. As I'm living here for around 10 years, I think that should be fair enough to make videos in English about Raid Shadow Legends, you know, and mainly because I'm with the game over 5 years. I'm a content creator for this game, all right? And I just would like to see if it's possible the community also help me out. It's possible guys like my videos. I'm going to bring videos exactly about the news of the game, you know. It's not all the time that I'm going to be here to bring videos, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to see the type of opinion that's possible I bring here, or even ideas about this game as well. Anyway, so I'm going to start over because Valentine's Day is right there in the corner. So we are in February. You guys know well about this event, you know, and Raid always used to bring special events in celebration of the Valentine's Day. You know, it's not enough to say because you have many champions here available in the game that they are couples, okay? And I'm sure that they're gonna do something about that, but guess what? We are going to have a fusion with the Fragments, okay? It's a Fragment fusion event. There is going to be two new heroes coming to the game, okay? I'm going to talk about them, but like just in case right here for you guys exactly understand what I'm saying here about couples. So if you look about the game, all right, if you come in here, check the champions, and not champions here, sorry, you have to go to the index. So come here to the index, oops, pop up. So you have a famous couple here, you know, when we check all the heroes part of the sacred order. One hero that remember us about Valentine is this one here, Cupidos with his partner, that Venus, okay? So Venus, Cupidos, guys know well, but there are some others. We have Rotos, we have Sifi, you know, and so on. There are many heroes, many couples right here that they always create something about these heroes. The last couple that was formed actually in the end of the last year that was very nice in my opinion. It was about Tormin. It's a big surprise right here, and his partner now that is Ilvi, okay? As soon as you guys can wait about this, I think that they're gonna update for sure Tormin and put his skill accordingly to his partner, you know, just simple as that. So you just have to wait to see this happening, because if you check her, she's totally aligned in terms of her skill with Tormin the Gold, okay? Yeah, so now let's talk now about the new fusion fragment that's coming. So the fusion fragment, guys, is going to be in 4 days, so 9th of February. So as soon as guys, like, he's right there, okay? So just 4 days from this event start to happen. And I hope that you guys are saving resources as well. But you're going to have this event for Valentine's Day. Yeah, and so now I'm going to show to everybody here about the hero that's coming, that is Noldua the Gloaming. Noldua the Gloaming is exactly the hero that's coming, you know, so there is the hero. So look at this, she looks great. I really like the design here. They did an amazing job. So she's going to be part of the Force Affinity, okay? She's a support hero and the Dark Elves. So if you check more here about this hero, look at that. Attacks one enemy and then has 50% chance of placing Amphibole debuff for 2 turns if the target is a boss. Places plus here a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Instead, this debuff cannot be resisted. It's like, this is really nice, we cannot be resisted because you don't need to care about what resistance, okay? Yeah, so we're gonna be building her is gonna be very easy, just in this case. And then you see here, but the partner of her has to be with her for this, okay? On the same team. And then the second skill is after 5 turns there, you know, but with the books that's going to be 3 turns. And then she has a 75 chance of remove that go to 100%, okay? If you have all the books here, right? So remove all buffs from all enemies. So that is a cleanser of buffs. This effect cannot be resisted if the guy, her partner, is gonna be in the same team. Then she has also a 75% chance of placing a 60% decrease defense debuff on all enemies. This is good because it's gonna put the defense down right there, and then you can smash easily. So arena here is gonna be perfect, but also you guys can use her against what? Bosses, dungeons, and so on, you know? So there are many contents possible to use her here. Just check about this skill, because she's gonna be hitting area, okay? AOE attack, really good, as you can see here, okay? What you have more here? If her partner is together with her, also place 50% increase attack to improve what? The damage of your allies. And then she's a reviver. Oh, revives all dead allies with 50% HP, a 50% turn meter. Really nice, okay? Really nice here. So this she's going to be one of the top in terms of this skill. If her partner is in the same team, she also revives them with 100% of turn meter. Wow, this is good. Place also shield buff on all allies equal to 30% of this champion max HP for 2 turns. So HP here on the point. If you guys are going to build her, she is a support. You guys know well what you guys have to do in terms of HP, right? And then the passive here. Many passives, many times are totally decisive when you're going to be building your heroes, you're going to be using the hero as well. So all turn meter fuel effect used by enemies are 30% less effective. If your partner is in the same team, fuels the champion's turn meter by 30% of the enemy's turn meter fuel effect. That's going to be totally opposite against the enemy. Guys, imagine this in arena. I do not talk about the others part of the game, you know, we have dungeons, I do not mention about that, okay? I mention here in terms of arena, if you go to use this hero, that can be a huge issue if you see a player with this hero together with her partner. Okay, just simple as that. And then if there are multiple champions on the same team with this skill, only one will activate. So this is in practice is exactly what happened. You know, they cannot double the effect in terms of if you have more heroes. Anyway, this skill will not activate on duplicate copies of this champion for sure. You know, it's fair enough. If this particular champion is dead, only costs a turn meter few effects from skills. Okay, so increase allies accuracy in all battles by 70, which is really interesting as well, part of accuracy. And that's it. So this is Noldua the Gloaming. See, she sounds interesting as a supporter. So she's the hero for we pursued her in terms of Valentine's Day. Now we need to check what? We need to check about her partner. Okay, so her partner is right here. He looks totally badass. Is Solanar here? I think it's Solanar. So you guys can correct myself. I hope that I'm saying is not the same name. The good point is that he's a void hero. You guys know well that's very hard to have a void hero in the game. I do not mention about the mythicals because oh my gosh, I know I already made a video talk about this. But like he's attack hero, he is part of, well, high elves. And he has AoE attack everywhere. Me about the force skill here, so he has AoE attack. This attack is always critical if his partner is going to be available in the same team. Has 60% chance of place fatigue debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. And then the passive effect has 80% chance that go up to 100%, okay? With the books. Okay? To counter attack with this skill, whenever an enemy gets an extra turn has an instant turn effect activated, okay? Has a 50% chance to counter attack with this skill whenever an enemy has their turn meter increased. This hero is going to count all the heroes that use turn meter in their benefits. That's a big thing, guys. You know, that's a big thing. A similar hero in the game that we think about this, if you're not wrong, okay, you guys can correct myself, but a similar hero that is like her is Lissandra. If I'm not wrong, because this hero here is totally insane in terms of turn meter effect, okay? You guys know well about her. So, I'm not going to be surprised. According to the fact of that specific hero there, you know? For sure. It's going to be very, very interesting to see the mechanic of this hero in the game acting. Okay? Anyway, so he also attacks one enemy. This attack is always critical if Noldua the Gloaming is in the same team, so his partner ignore 10% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. This champion is immune to all the buffs while this skill is not on cooldown. Whenever an enemy attempts to place a debuff on this champion while this skill is not on cooldown, this champion gains a random buff instead. Good point right here. Good point right here. So that means that I think this guy is gonna be acting on the way just like he's gonna be probably a hit kill, I think. Maybe. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. It depends on the multipliers here, but you never know. So if he attacks one enemy here, he attacks one enemy in the third skill, right? And it's still all buffs and 100% turn meter from the targets. Oh, this is a big thing. So I think they're going to be doing this against the boss as well, maybe. This effect will not be resisted, so if his partner is going to be there. So you don't need to care about the accuracy here if you have the partner. So the big thing here is, I believe that this scope is going to be insane if they are together. Otherwise, as they have turn meter manipulation, this kind of stuff, probably you will have to place accuracy here. You know, it's one or another. So it's better to have both together, right? And he's gonna be also ignoring here in terms of the Storm Skin. So Arena, this is where you have a nest there. Loads of players using, you know, I'm one of them. This champion receives 75% less damage on enemy extra turns or instant turn while this skill is not on cooldown. So he's going to be acting if he's not in cooldown effect here. So interesting. And while this skill is on cooldown, reduces the he's gonna be active if the skill is on cooldown, right? Very interesting. So reduces the cooldown by 1 turn whenever an enemy receives an extra turn. Has the instant turn activate on them, or has their turn meter increased. Occurs once per turn. Guys, Jesus Christ. This guy is gonna be acting. He's gonna be acting even though he's not with in the time of his skill. He's gonna be there. There's like it's possible he's gonna be moving in a fast way all the time. right? Of course, that everything depends on the type of team is gonna be on the other side. So I think this guy is gonna be totally MVP for Arena. And some other, not just Arena, but in general, because you have the other contents in the game available now, you know? So, the passive skill right here, whenever an enemy receives healing, has 100% chance to reduce the amount of healing received to 0. This champion will receive the healing stat if his partner is in the same team. Enemies will receive damage equal to the amount of healing stat. Oh my gosh. Once per round, if this champion is dead, revives this champion with 100% HP and 100% turn meter with their last last living ally is killed. Then place Magna Shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of this Magna Shield is equal to 300% of the champion's max HP. If his partner on the same team. This buff is protected. It's gonna be totally protected, this buff right here. So there's nothing that you can do if he has that specific buff on him. And then he has this auto here that increases ally attack in all battles by 33%. Guys, in my opinion here, he is going to be totally MVP in the game, mainly for Arena. Solanar the Gleaming. I think it's Gleaming. Yeah, this is the guy, and for sure many players are going to try to have him in some way to see how is going to be the position of this hero. So it's going to be very interesting to have this couple in action in the same team, okay? Like, let's say the couple there in the game, okay, all together there, and to see the type of performance that they are going to bring in the game. I think it's going to be insane. Probably this is going to be the new MVP arena, couple MVP arena in the game, you know? Just remember what I'm saying here, but this is what I think. Because this type of manipulation in terms of the turn meter here is huge, okay? But anyways, guys, this is the Fragment Fusion event that's coming up to everyone. These 2 new heroes is coming to the game very soon. I hope that this is gonna be interesting to you to watch, you know, how I just try to present this hero right here, and for you understanding my idea, but part of the game as well. You know, I think it is going to be nice to bring videos here in English to talk about these heroes, you know, and to see what's possible I bring to everybody in terms of news here, you know. If there is going to be more content from me about Raid Shadow Legends, I will have to check about, but I try my best, you know, to see what's possible I do for it. At the moment, it's going to be more about news, you know, and then I'd like to see the results, and then so on, I move draw other steps for sure. But anyway, if you're going to watch this video, guys, watch the video right here, like the video, you know, leave your comment. I'm going to really appreciate, you know, if it's possible, you give me necessary support right here, you know. I do not want to ask too much about this, but it's possible to help me. Great. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.